Alright guys, we have UFC 238 coming up. It's a very stacked card, headlined by a fight for the vacant bantamweight title, with a match between current flyweight champ Henry Cejudo taking on Marlon Moraes. Going into their stats, we have Henry Cejudo at 5'4" with a 64 in reach. Marlon Moraes is coming in at 5'6" with a 67-inch reach. So we see Marlon Moraes taking a pretty good height and reach advantage here. Going into their strengths, we have Henry Cejudo, Olympic level wrestler, gold medalist, and that translates very well into his MMA game. He has really great takedowns, really good with the top control once he gets his opponents to the mat. A lot of times he does tend to lay and pray, but when he does posture up, he does have some vicious ground and pound. He also has a very good striking game as well, very unorthodox. Comes in with a sideways stance, kind of karate style, but he doesn't really throw much kicks. He's really good with the hands though, really good at using his speed and connecting with those straight punches. And he does have power that can, put just about anybody out. Now with Marlon Moraes, this guy's a former Muay Thai champion. He's also a former World Series of Fighting champion. So, he's no stranger to a title fight. If you've ever seen him in the World Series of Fighting, a lot of people give credit to Jose Aldo for having some of the best leg kicks in the game. This dude made people dance with his leg kicks. Really good with the hands as well. Really good with his timing, really good with his reach. He's also a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt under Ricardo Almeida. Ricardo Almeida doesn't just give away black belts, he makes his guys earn it.
Oh, I know, I tried.
Going into the breakdown of this fight, this one's really tough because I got two major questions going into this one.
Okay.
One,
yeah, let's hear it.
Is how good is Marlon Moraes' takedown defense? Because looking back at his past record, thinking on his past fights, I don't ever recall him fighting a guy anywhere near the level of wrestling that Henry Cejudo has. Now, I know that not a whole lot of guys can match at an Olympic level gold medalist in the wrestling department, but I don't recall him fighting too many collegiate wrestlers as well. So
I'm glad you mentioned the Olympic gold medalist, because I was doing my research. I can tell you did your research, because he doesn't really talk about it too much in interviews that he's an Olympic gold medalist. So, hats off to you doing your research.
Well, I'll let you guys know that back in 2008, I became the youngest Olympic champion in history. For those who haven't heard it, I'm here to tell you guys, I'm here to remind you guys.
He's a humble, modest guy. Like I said, he doesn't really talk about it too much. I'm glad you did your research.
Well, that Olympic level wrestling won him the flyweight title against Demetrius Johnson.
Sure did.
With Marlon Moraes, I just haven't seen enough to know, how he's going to fare against that.
Who do you think is going to be the quicker of the two?
Henry Cejudo. I think Henry Cejudo is going to have a speed advantage in this one. I think his striking, although he's not as well versed as Marlon Moraes, he is the faster of the two, and I do think he's more explosive. Again, he's real good at darting and really good at connecting with those with the straight punches. He's also really accurate, as is Marlon Moraes. But I think Henry Cejudo's hands are a bit sharper in the.
His stand-up has been improving. He's well on his way to becoming a well-rounded fighter. His stand-up's gotten better since his previous fights. You can see a slow progression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if he does put him on the mat, we got to consider Marlon Moraes' Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He does have a really good submission game, although I haven't really seen how he is off of his back too much. He doesn't really get put there often. And Cejudo does have a really good top game, really good controlling.
He's a strong little fella.
If he does kicks at Cejudo, I can see Cejudo taking him down. And, if Cejudo can make it a straight boxing match, I think Cejudo's going to have the advantage there. I think he's a bit faster, and I think he's a bit more accurate than Marlon Moraes, as far as the hands go. Moraes is going to have the reach advantage, which he is going to try to use against Cejudo. But, we've seen Cejudo fight guys taller than him, throughout the majority of his career. And I think he's going to be able to get into that pocket and get those strikes landed.
Well, I think Henry Cejudo's betting on that.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. What do you think from what you've seen of Moraes and Cejudo?
Moraes has an incredible body. Dude's shredded. It looks like he's molded out of clay. Kind of looks like Krillin from Dragon Ball Z. If they ever do another live-action movie, probably give Moraes a call to play Krillin. The shaved head, the beady eyes, body.
Don't you know that everyone who's serious about martial arts shaves their head?
Who do you got in this fight? What do you see?
I'm gonna have to go with Cejudo on this one.
Yeah.
Just because I think he might have the speed advantage, and his wrestling is on an Olympic level.
Somebody who's never fought a wrestler with the level of Cejudo, you know, that's going to be a big wake-up call, I guess, big surprise.
Yeah, I think people get really surprised when they face a wrestler and how strong they are. How much they're able to hold and manipulate their opponent physically. They don't look, super strong, but Ben Askren doesn't look super strong, but dude can crush some watermelons.
Oh yeah.
So I think it'll be surprising to him. I guess to feel how strong Henry Cejudo is when he gets on if the fight gets taken to the ground.
Yeah. So there goes our breakdown, man. We both got Cejudo winning this fight.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be really interesting. I'm not confident whatsoever, and if any of y'all disagree with us, like I said, I don't really know how good Moraes' takedown defense is and how he's gonna do against a wrestler the level of Cejudo. So if you disagree with us, feel free to let us know and give us your prediction.
Yeah, this is a complete toss up for us. We're just I just feel that Cejudo's gonna get the job done.
Yeah, I'm excited for it either way, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good fight.
Yeah. We'll see y'all next weekend.
Thank you for seeing all the gold, man, I got more gold than President Trump. Ain't that beautiful?